Welcome to our videos on advanced features of Google AdWords. In this video, we'll continue with our A/B testing experiment. Okay, so now we need to upload our updated web pages with all the Google testing code. Okay, back to FTP, and on the left is my computer desktop, and I want those three files, convert.html, test. And actually I want to rename it test1.html just to be pedantic. And okay, so test1.html and test2.html and convert.html. Select those, upload, and I want to overwrite and overwrite and overwrite. So now, back to AdWords and validate. And as the updated pages are all online, hopefully it's all okay. Okay, original page, installation complete. Variation pages, 1, installation complete. And conversion page, installation complete. And I can just about get to the OK, so let's OK that. And let's continue. Okay, we're on the Preview and Start Experiment screen. So A/B experiment setup, preview and start experiment. I can recheck the pages if I want, but I don't feel there's any reason to do that. What you can do helpfully is do a preview. Let's open this in a new window, and it lets you do a quick preview of exactly how it's going to work. So, experiment preview, A/B testing demo. Which page do I want to see? Okay, the original, this is the original page. And you can troubleshoot if you wish. This just takes you to Google's help in case anything's not appearing as it should. But first of all, let's do refresh and see what happens. Okay, let's do that again. And okay, it doesn't seem to do a huge amount, so let's forget about that button for now. Let's have a look at variation 1. And there's variation 1. Back to the original, pretty straightforward. Let's click between them, and we're just jumping from one to the other. And when you get to the end, it just loops back around. Refresh, and actually refresh doesn't seem to do anything with that button, so we can ignore that. Okay, so that's the preview functionality. Let's close. Then experiment pages, and it lists all the pages involved. Summary, although we've validated that the URLs exist and checked the JavaScript code on each page, we strongly recommend you preview your pages for any layout or markup issues. Okay, and yes, we've actually just done that. So, start the experiment. Okay, you've successfully started this experiment. Your customers will begin to see different versions of your page right away. Within 3 or 4 hours, you'll start seeing conversion data in your reports. So like a lot of things within Google AdWords, the information you see is not right up to date. There is sometimes a delay. And sometimes, in my experience, especially with Google Analytics, it can be a delay of even up to a day. So, okay, we can dismiss that message. So what are the options? It's running, that's fine. We can preview it again if we wish. We can recheck the pages again if we wish. We can pause the experiment. We can stop the experiment, and we can view the report. Obviously, if you stop the experiment, it will stop flicking between the pages. So one of these, your original page, has to be a page that people are visiting anyway. So let's say that people are visiting index.html. Your original should be index.html. I just went with test 1 and test 2 for demonstration purposes, but it is best if, let's say people are coming to yourdomain.com/ezine, and then the page is called index.html. You want your original testing page to remain as index.html because traffic is already going there. If you change it, if you rename it to test1.html, Then people who go to index.html are going to get page not found error messages, unless you change your links, of course. But when you're getting a decent amount of traffic to a web page, you really don't want to change its name or address because it can cause a lot of problems. It's a lot easier just to keep the original page at the same address where you're already getting traffic, and then your test pages, call them whatever you like. And it may be an idea, in fact, not to call them Test 1 and Test 2 and Test 3. You really don't want to make it too obvious that you're testing, because some astute visitors may see that and then start testing different combinations. They may try test2.html and then test3.html, and I've done that myself when I see that on web pages just because I do internet marketing and I'm curious. A lot of people probably aren't going to notice, but you probably want to go with more cryptic names, such as, if the original page is index.html, then change it something instead of index B, which again is pretty easy to guess. You could change it to indexezine.html or signuppage.html. And then that can be your testing page. And your third or next testing page would be ezinepage.html. They all have different names, but it's not obvious that they're entirely different pages. So I would suggest something like that.